everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Tonight's movie is Gringo. I don't know much about it. There are some good stars in it. I'll tell you, it's a dark comedy mixed with white knuckle action. I've read that twice now and it kind of found it comical right there. But evidently, dramatic intrigue explores the battle of survival for businessman Harold Sanoka when he finds himself crossing the line of law-abiding citizen versus wanted criminal. I don't know. Joel Edgerton, all right. Charlize Theron, sorry, apologize, and some other actors. Whatever. Maybe you've heard of this. Maybe you know what it's all about. I don't know. I must have seen it and forgot about it, and now it's here. I don't know. I'm going to check it out, and I'll be back shortly to tell you what it's really about. So stick around, because that synopsis was terrible, and my rendition of the actors' names was also awful. But I include that down in the comments so you could read them. So, alright, see you in a bit. I'll be back. Hey everybody, want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Gringo. It's the 42-minute and 2-second mark. Trying to understand a little bit, so I want to get the guy's name right. David Oyelowo, I think. You've seen him in some other things, such as some other Wrinkle in Time he's been in recently, The Chronicle. He's actually in Star Wars. Anyway, so you've seen him. You know who I mean. Look him up on IMDb. Well-known actor, and Joel Edgerton and Charlize Theron. I think I'm saying that right. Well, anyway, Joel and Charlize are the bosses. They're like co-presidents of what seems to me like a pharmaceutical company. And David works for them. He seems to be friends with Joel somehow, some way. He has at least provided him with this job. And his wife is bleeding him dry, David is. And but he's got this job, and the job requires him to travel to Mexico for something to do, and he's going back and forth all the time. Well, he gets word that Joel and Charlize are going to sell the company or merge the company, which will leave him without a job. Meanwhile, these two seem like crooks, so they're bad business people, and you know they'll do whatever they can to survive. That's the vibe I get. Anyway, so they send him down to Mexico. They all go down to Mexico to, evidently they have a deal underneath the table with some drug dealers to sell the product. They tell him to stop doing that because I think when the merger happens, somebody's going to come in and look at the books, and they don't need that anymore. They don't want anybody to find that. But David finds out that it is actually true that they are going to merge, or something's going to happen, and he's going to be without his job. He also finds out that his wife's cheating on him and she's going to leave him. So he's in a bad spot. And that's really what's going on. So now they have returned back to the United States, whereas David stays behind, and he's staging a fake kidnapping, which I don't completely understand yet. So it's kind of one of those movies I think that you're not supposed to understand so far. And some things will come out in the end. But that's about it. I think it's really... I mean, to summarize really quick, we got two real bad business people who will do anything to survive, and one guy who is a family guy trying to work hard, and you know he's being mistreated, and because of his mistreatment, he's trying to take care of himself by staging something false. There you go. There's a generalization of what's going on in this movie. Hard to tell you more about it than that. I can tell you that you probably won't like Joel and Charlize. Their characters, you know, you're thankful sometimes. It's funny, I was saying, I'm glad I don't work for people like that. That's for sure. Anyway, I'll keep watching a little bit longer, see if I can understand a little bit more and share it with you, and then give you my overall opinion, because I know you value it. Alright, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back. Hey everybody. Gonna do another quick check-in here. We're watching the Gringo, 1 hour and 15 minutes and 58 seconds left. So, still got about 35 minutes left. And I just wanted to catch you up real quick. As I mentioned David, I'm calling them their actor's name, was down in Mexico. He fakes his own kidnapping, asked for ransom money. I'm still not clear on why Charlize and Joel, the owners of this company, wanted to get rid of him. I get the fact that he was going to be lost in the merger and he would have lost his job, but that's still a little odd there. But he stays on there, and again, he finds out his wife's been cheating on him, is going to leave him, he's losing his job, whatever. Joel calls his brother, and his brother's in the military, to go and extract him from this fake kidnapping. So he's got to go there, and he's got to pay him a ton of money to go make that happen, I guess, to make sure that he's safe. Because I think there's some secrets that he can get. I don't know. I'm still not all there yet. So I think I'm paying attention as much as I can. But one thing that is clear in this entire movie is the theory of, like, good people should rise above and be successful. He talks about himself, who's done everything right and has been a good employee, but yet he's going to be fired and his wife leaves him. Whereas you look at Joel and Charlize, who are just bad people, and they're making a ton of money and rising to the top. In the same regard, he even gives this example. He's talking to a girl who, he's Nigerian, and she says, yeah, a Nigerian prince once reached out to me, and he said if I sent him some money, I'd win a fortune. We've all heard that scam before. Well, David says then, he's like, that was probably my uncle. And my uncle has been doing that for years, and now has fancy cars, lives a lavish life. And he actually asked my father to join him in this little venture, which is a scam. My father decided not to, and he's poor and homeless, and my uncle is rich because he's fraudulent and a scam artist and everything like that. So that's kind of the underlining lesson, I guess, in a sense. Although it's not a lesson, I mean, that's what they're trying to talk about is, the evil get rich and the good stay poor. But so that's what I'm getting so far. I'll get into it a little bit more. I know this probably review is going on longer than it should, but I'll check in one more time at the credits. Hopefully everything makes a little bit more sense and I can help you out with it. So stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody. We're at the credits of Gringo. And I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 7. I'll try and keep this brief because I know I rambled on a little bit earlier. And I think the idea of the film is, other than what I've already talked about, is to really fall in love with this David, not the character David, but the actor David, who's Harold. That was his character's name. So to really fall in love with Harold, and I think they achieved that. And you were really rooting for him, to be the good guy who rises to the top at the end. Whether it happens or not, I'm not going to tell you. But I thought it was good. Hour and 50 minutes. I thought they could have done more with it. I did see myself falling asleep a little bit, having to rewind it a couple times because it kind of droned on a little bit for me. Again, maybe not everybody else, but I think there are pieces that they missed that they could have made it a little bit better. I like the overall concept. I like the plot. I like the actors in it. I thought they did well with the parts that they were given. Joel and Charlize were, terrible people. And then David playing Harold, and a very lovable guy. Amanda Siegfried was in it as well. I liked her smaller parts. I think they could have developed that a little bit better. There's a whole thing with her and her boyfriend, which didn't connect the dots for me too much there. So I thought there was some holes, I think this movie was probably longer than an hour and 50 minutes, and then they're like, we gotta cut this out, and so you're missing some pieces that I think would have brought it a little bit better together. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on, but I think you have enough to be dangerous. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, good movie. Some holes. Could have been the same length. They just got to patch up the holes, I think, and would have been a better movie. And that's it. I'm not going to go on anymore. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.